Well, thank you all so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules. We get together every Wednesday night for our Power of Six accountability call. My name is Verdita Monk, and I am a senior presidential director out of Atlanta, Georgia. I am so excited for our future, and we're here tonight to continue our journey on accelerating our businesses and increasing our income. So if that's you, you're at the right place at the right time. So thank the person who is probably your sponsor or one of your colleagues who told you about this call. And we're gonna have some fun tonight. This is gonna be like a working call tonight where we're gonna go over a couple of exercises to show you some strategies that you may not be familiar with. Derek, can you unmute yourself and tell me if you're having difficulty recognizing the people in the waiting room?
No, I'm recommending there's two that don't have a name. One's a Zoom user, one iPhone. I'm trying to communicate with them, maximum they can
Okay.
identify themselves.
Yeah, I tell you what, go ahead and let them in, and then
Okay.
we'll let them know that they cannot, if they do not change that to a name, if they can rename themselves, we appreciate it. Just go ahead and let them in,
Okay.
and I'll let them know. So you guys, we are being very strict about who we invite to this call for security reasons. I won't go into it. So you just, if you could just, wait till we get this down pat. Those of you who've been around for a while know, people are upset about Lifeway. We are making so much noise all over the planet. And there are some people out there that don't like it. And so they're trying to mess with us. And we're not going to tolerate that. So those of you who just got invited to the call, if you are labeled as a Zoom user or iPhone user, please, at this particular time, go ahead and rename yourself. That's very simple. You just go to participants, and then the thing that looks like a camera on the right, click on rename and tell us who you are. If you do not do that, like within the next couple minutes, we'll probably delete you from the call because we have to keep this call private, okay, from no scammers. So everybody on here should be a brand partner. Thank you so much. So what I'm going to do is go into some information that I put together because so many of us, the people just want to go ahead and get to this money. So for those of you who may be on here for the first time, the name of this call again is the Power of Six. The Power of Six is simply a duplicatable system of enrolling six partners in order to maximize the binary plan and matching bonuses. Why do we say six partners? It's because in our compensation plan in Lifeway, you can literally get to the top of the company if you have the right six people that are willing to duplicate. That's the key word. They got to be the right six because the right six are coachable and they will duplicate. We're going to go over an exercise right now that kind of demonstrates what happens when you have the right people in place. And I know everybody wants to get to the money, right? The bottom line is you want to increase your income as quickly as possible. And so one of the first things is important. And some of the things that I say on here tonight is a duplication of things we've said in the past. But one of the things you have to do is decide on what you want to achieve. This will create excitement and propel and motivate you. For example, if I said to you, or if you said, that your goal is to, let's say to win a trip, because we have a trip coming up, the Bahamas cruise. The beautiful thing about that, yes, but some people have already been to the Bahamas, but it's not like when you're around your business partners, you all have achieved a goal together. Just the excitement of doing it. And you say, okay, I'm going to qualify for that. But the fact that you decided, it gives you that energy that you need, that excitement. And what do you want to do? You want to set yourself up to win. We always talk about things that help us win. What is the most significant thing when you get started that you can do to set yourself up to win? Well, one of the things you can do is you can definitely, I want to highly recommend that you get with the person that enrolled you and find out if they or someone above them is equipped to do a launch call for you. You want someone that can articulate the business clearly. You want them to be knowledgeable about everything they're saying. So that takes practice. So if the person that enrolls you, they should not get offended by this. They've got to start practicing presenting. We want people doing launch calls that have practice so that it'll come off quality on the other end. Now, not saying that you got to be so perfect, but you do have to create excitement. You do have to know what you're talking about, because you can't explain it to anybody else. So that's the first thing. Get you a coach who's gonna do calls with you, but I would plan on doing at least 3 calls within a week. So launching means you're letting everybody, you're announcing it to your family, your friend, you're letting everybody know, look, I'm so excited about something that I just heard about, and you need to know about it as well. Could you do me a favor? Could you spare 30 to 45 minutes of your time on Friday night? I really appreciate it. Now, don't do Friday. Let's say Thursday night. And I'm just giving an example. And the reason I say don't do Friday, because a lot of times people's mind is into, relaxing. Maybe they're going out and stuff like that. So let's just say Thursday, for example. And let's just say if it's 5 or 6 or 7 o'clock, could you be on that call with me? And if they say, yeah, I could be. Now, this is your first call. This is just family, friends, people that you know and obey. We always talk on this call about looking for quality people that want to move fast. Yes, you want to do those as well. But I'm just talking about just a regular call for the average person who wants to make some money. But the way you're gonna increase your income really quickly is to launch your business, to launch it and do it with a call. Once you tell that person says they want to be on that call, you already have a text message prepared that has the date and time of that call. So that's the first thing. So you got to put your running shoes on for that. So remember I said you want to do 2 to 3 calls within your first week. I was talking to one of my colleagues a couple of days ago, and he shared with me that he had done 2 launch calls for someone that he had just enrolled. And in those 2 launch calls, this couple had 10 people that say they want to join, but that may not have happened with 1 launch call. So this is why I say, go ahead and do the 2 to 3 launch calls, because your goal, what the bottom line in the Power 6 system we have, we already know you got to have 6 to get promoted to the next level. So remember I said, set yourself up to win. Go ahead and prepare and do 2 to 3 calls within your first week. And with those 3 calls, you should end up with at least 8 to 10 people interested in joining as brand partners. Now, we know that in order to get promoted and for them to be promoted and you to be promoted, we want them to be advanced packs. But we all know that everybody cannot afford an advanced pack, right? So let's just say that some of them came in, 3 came in as advanced and 3 came in as a core. This is going to generate 3 times $75 PIB bonus and 3 that are at the $35, because they came in as course. That's $300, $330 in PIBs. Not a lot of money. But once you help the rest of them upgrade, I told you 3 of them were cores. Here's what you want to do. I mean, and please write this down. If a person comes in as a core, if they can afford to come in as a core, let them come in as a core, but immediately assist them. Some of those people that got on the call, guess what? They still want to buy the product. This product, the testimonies are too strong for them not to be interested in, but you want to be intentional, and you want them to be intentional of pressing, encouraging, I put that, this is a good word, encouraging those family members or colleagues or friends or whoever got on that call to at least try the product. Some of them may be preferred customers, and some of them may be just want to try it. Let those people, because you know how some people say, can I just buy some? I'm just giving a suggestion, because what you want to try to do is make everybody in advance, right? So if they've done a launch call and they've had, several people that say, I just want to try it, even if they got, 2 people, or let's say 3 people that are willing to try, say, listen, I'm about to place a big order. And because you were on my launch call, I'm going to give you a big discount. I'm going to give you a little discount, because it would normally be $150 plus tax and shipping. I'm going to let you have a whole 30-day supply for $125 just because you supported my call. So I'm just giving an example of some of the things that we're doing with people. So that's $375 you just collected from 3 people. Well, you already know that with the tax and shipping, your core pack is 320, is like 327 or something like that. And if that's the case, you got enough to, upgrade, to come in. If a person doesn't even have the money to sign up, they have just generated enough money to come in as a core. But let's say they already came in as a core, take that additional money, upgrade them. You only need $200 and some to upgrade to the advanced. So now you got 6 advances. There is no reason with what I just said. I'm gonna repeat what I said. If a person comes in, let's say they come in as a core, your goal is to get them to advance as quickly as possible. The quickest way is take some of those people that were on the call, offer them a discount, let them know you got a promo going on because they supported you on your call. You're going to give them a $25 discount on a retail order. Normally it's $150, you're going to get for $125. Now you've been able to up that grade, that person from a core to advanced. Okay. So that's how you can count. If you got, let me see, where'd I get this from? So you got 3 people on your left because they're all advanced. That's 900 points, 300 points, right? Times 3 is 900 points on your left and 900 on your right. In other words, what I would love for us to do, and we have got to come up with ways, you guys, we have to be very intentional about this, of making sure that everybody who wants to build, see, they're gonna do what you tell them to do. If you told them, it says right there in the comp plan for those who want to be builders, get the advanced pack. Everybody can't afford that. So they're gonna follow your lead, and you're gonna tell them the people who love this product, but they're not talking about joining, offer that discount to them and get them in. Now you got 6 advanced packs, all right? So that's going to generate you, and you're going to have a 400. And once you upgrade those people to advanced, now you got 450 plus another $50 in binary commissions, okay? Now it's time to duplicate. Once those 6 people those 6 people are willing to duplicate. If they're willing to duplicate, this would generate another 10,800 points. Because say you got 6 people that's getting 6, right? So what's that? 1,800 per leg times 6. So now I think that's right. Let me see. 1,800 times 6. Yeah, 10,800 more. Now, it only takes 10,000 points to get you to a senior director. But remember, you got to have a director on your left and a director on your right. Well, if they got 6 partners, we know they're already manager. We know they're already engaged and want to get promoted. So, you can push, that's a whole nother story right there. If you can help them get to director doing the same thing you just did, then, you'll be senior director. But that is the structure that's going to be required. You got to have those 2 directors, okay? You're going to automatically have the managers because you just help 6 people get 6 people. That same thing the Power 6 is saying. What I'm trying to do right here is I am trying to, let me go to this next slide. Stop share. Okay, what I'm trying to do right here is discuss what you do in between. Sometimes we sign people up and then we just leave them hanging, or we don't know how to move forward. But I guarantee you, the key part is you got to get these people launched immediately while they're excited. That is the key right there. If you sit there and wait, guess what? Somebody's gonna, I see it all the time. Their family is gonna die, and they got to go to some funeral. Now their mindset is in 2 weeks out. You just missed a window of excitement right there. That's why something is always going to happen. Okay, so you have to take advantage of that time frame. So now what I have to do is let me go back to my PowerPoint, and I'm gonna see if I can. I need to see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to add another slide down here because I told you this is a working call, right? This is a working call we're on. But let's say you just created 6. You just created 6. Wait a minute, y'all. Now y'all see my little tricks here. Let me move this out of the way. You just created 6. You enrolled 6 advanced, right? Now we talked about your goal was to go on this trip, right? Now, according to the you know, the little cheat sheet where you going to Bahamas, if you enroll 6 advanced, that's 4 points. Okay, 6 advanced packages times 4 points. So in other words, we're not just gonna make money here. We're gonna get you promoted and we're gonna get you on the trip. But all you have to do is make that decision. So now that's 24 points right there. I got a little cheat sheet. Okay. That's 24 points. Okay. Now, what else did we do? We helped 6 people hit manager, did we not? 6 MANA genders. And when they hit manager, it's gonna generate 5 points. But there's 6 of them. saying, right? Not the whole time? Okay, so y'all heard some of it. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. So Jeffrey just told me that you all didn't hear anything I was saying when I was typing this stuff. I am so sorry. So this is the part where we mess up when we don't have somebody. I didn't hear Derek. Derek, you didn't hear me, not you could hear my voice?
Not any voice. I thought you were just typing the numbers in, so we were watching you put the numbers in.
No, I was talking the whole time. That's why I got you on the as a co-host.
Sorry about that.
Okay, listen, you guys. I just showed you how you helped 6 people get to you enrolled 6 people and you helped them get to advance. Remember, because some of them came in as core, but you took the people that they had on the call and helped them generate customers. People that say, oh, I let me try one. Okay, take those people that say, let me try one, take those and put them into the orders to help some of the people who were cores, help them upgrade. Not you take your customers, but if you are a core, show your sponsor, you want to show people who are cores to help them generate volume with the customers that are on the call, okay? Then you want to help, you did achieve 6 managers. Remember, you had 6 people that got 6. So that's definitely manager. That's another 5 points per person. So that's 30 points. You are definitely going to be promoted to director because remember, you came in, you got 6 and you have 6. So definitely 2 of those people, at least 2 of them became managers, but we already know 6 of them became managers. This is what happens when you're focused. So that's another 25 points because you got promoted to director. According to the chart here, the Bahama Cruise chart. Go ahead and Renee, please. According to the chart, if you hit director, you get 25 points. If you just maintain your rank, whether you're manager, director, or senior director, every week you get a point. And so it's 8 weeks left, counting this week. It's 8 weeks left. Now that's another 8 points. Then along the way, we want to encourage you and just encourage people to become customers. One thing, let me tell you about a preferred customer. Not only do they get it at wholesale price, but if they're a preferred customer, every month the company is going to send them a free product, like 10 patches of carnosine or 10 patches of, it's in a little small envelope of Ice Wave or Eon, something like that. So if you get 20 customers, that's another 20 points. But if you go ahead and help 2 people, because you got the points, I just showed you on the previous screen, you get another 10,800 points when you help those people launch. But you also had 1,800. I came up with 12. It was over 12,000 points. You had way enough points to be a senior director. So if you do get promoted to senior director, that's another 20 points. That's 127. I got a person I was saying on the call right now who's on track to do this right here. This person is on track to do this right here. Some people are coming in as a premium, so that's even more points. But the only thing that's different on this chart is this person is already a director. They're already a director, but they are not senior director. So some kind of way, when you're focused, it's going to happen, okay? So let me say this. Let me go ahead and make let's see who I want to come on here and say something. Anybody. I'm going to ask, let me see who I can find. First of all, y'all don't even realize that I'm about to call on you. I'm gonna make Kelly Fowler a co-host. I'm gonna make Juanita Craft a co-host. I'm gonna make, let me see, did I make Kelly a co-host? Yeah, I'm gonna make Peacher White co-host. She don't even know it. I'm gonna make Renee McCray. She missed most of the call, but I'm gonna make her co-host anyway. I'm gonna make Robert Alexis a co-host. So I'm not saying all y'all have to say something. I'm just giving you an opportunity because some of y'all have already told me that you all were going on a trip, right? We're gonna all agree and make this happen. We're gonna encourage each other, all right? Let me see who else is gonna, let's see who else I wanna call on. All right, now y'all can go, the people that I made co-host, y'all can go ahead and, you know, you all are free to open up anytime you want to and just start talking. I'm gonna make Miss Merica, she was on every call. Miss Erica, I forget her last name right now, but I'm gonna make her a co-host. Y'all, let's go. Y'all can, I think y'all are able to unmute yourselves right now. Y'all want to share? Anybody want to share anything? Did I make them co-host? What is the problem here? Okay, they can't unmute themselves.
Yes, Verdita, we're co-hosts. We can unmute,
Okay,
unmute
thanks,
ourselves.
Deidre.
Hey.
Woo!
So let me first say thank you, Verdita, for having these meetings every Thursday night. I have learned so
Wednesday.
much. I just have to put it into action. And definitely, I have gone to the Bahamas on that cruise on my things to do list. So I've launched once, I'm going to relaunch and just follow the system.
Well, thank you, Peter, for the shout out. And it's Wednesday nights, by the way.
It's Wednesday. Oh my gosh, thank you. It is Wednesday.
That's okay.
Wednesday
You're
night.
here. That lets us know you know it. You just slip of the tongue. Thank you for sharing, Peter. I hope to see you on that cruise. I will see you. Let's claim it.
All righty.
All right, y'all. So who else wants to share? Who else wants to go on a cruise? Who else wants to? I mean, I just gave y'all a layout. Start again, but the best time to launch is when you first get started because you got new people. Your energy is high and your list is longer. But who else wants to go on a cruise or share any comments on what we just talked about?
Verdita, it's
Hey,
Juanita.
Juanita.
Yeah, I'm not sharing my video.
I like that picture, so just keep it right there.
I like right. Just want to say that, you know, the best time to launch is within 24 to 72 hours, you know, from when you sign up, because after that, the excitement starts to dissipate. And then, like you said, a whole lot of excuses start to, it's amazing how drama seems to follow what as soon as something great is about to happen in your life, all these things start happening and to deter you and get in your way and keep you from moving forward. But you know what? When you have a strong why, you deal with it and you continue to press forward. And really, a strong why is the only thing that's going to allow you or create that sense of urgency and just make you just say, you know what, I'm going to keep on doing it. And as soon as I get through this obstacle, I'm right back on focus. So yeah, thanks for allowing me to share.
Well, you know, Juanita, thank you for sharing. And one of the things that Juanita talked about is that, see, this whole call, every week we talk about mindset. And so when she's saying, you know, she talked about a sense of urgency and your why and all these things. You literally, if you duplicate that sense of urgency, this is what creates momentum. I want you to think about when you learn how to ride. I mean, I shouldn't say learn how to ride a bike, but you know, everybody learned how to ride a bike when they were little. Let's say you ride down the street and you're just coasting along, and then all of a sudden, this big old hill comes in front of you. What do you have to do? You have to get up on that bike and hump, right? So that you can, you know, make it over the hill. However, if you had been riding real fast, you had already created the momentum. And when the hill comes in front of you, you're just going to fly over the hill. That's why I'm trying to say you got to do it fast. You got to create the momentum. It is not going to happen if you take your time. And by me saying this, I know everybody on this, some of you people on the call are saying, oh, that's exactly what's going wrong with me. I'm not doing it fast enough. Bottom line, you got to do it fast.
The bottom line, yeah, the slogan is success,
Love, speed.
speed. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Success, love, speed, and massive action. I think Derek shared that with us last week. Massive action solves all problems.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing, Juanita. Anybody else? By the way, Juanita, you didn't tell us whether you was going on the cruise.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'll see you there.
Okay, all right, we're gonna make it happen. All right, who else wants to share some comments or perspective? Y'all awful quiet. I know I'm open up by 10 people.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay, Miss Renee.
Putting people on the spot. You know, I missed half the call. I got pushed off the call, and then I don't know. I was trying to tell everybody, Renita's on fire. I couldn't get back on. Anyway,
Oh my God. But
but
did you hear the part about when I was start talking about how to accumulate the points?
no.
You
But
didn't
I'm gonna
get
just
that?
say this. Because I all of a sudden I lost my sound, and so I was trying to give it. I thought maybe it was in the car, or maybe it was. I couldn't get it back, so I had to go leave and come back 2 times for somebody to let me in. But that's okay, because all I'm about to say is, you know, mindset is the whole key to the whole thing. Everything you think about is what you bring about. If you think you can't, then you won't. And if you think you can, and that's not original, but if you think you can, you will. And you will because it's in your mind. It's like the
Mhm.
mindset is like so important. When people can understand that, you know what, like that saying where God say, just take one step, I got the rest. That's the way
Mhm.
I look at it. You
That's
just
right.
really, if you really put it in your mind, it's gonna happen. Everything changes when you change your mind. And so
Right.
it's like if you say I'm going on, I don't know how I'm going on that trip. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get there, but you don't say that. You say I'm going on that trip. I'm going on that trip. I'm going
And
on
you
that trip. That's
And you
it.
know what? Recently, like Harvey and I had the opportunity on the last 3 trips we did qualify, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like the last one, we started so late because there was so much going on. We started so late trying. That's why I said day one to start working on it. But it's something about when we got close to the numbers and it would just look like, oh my God, are we gonna make it? Are we gonna make it? But we already knew we were gonna make it because we said we were gonna make it. See, that's the thing. We said we're going on a trip. So we already knew we were going to go. So therefore you cannot quit. You cannot quit because you said you was going to go. You said it to yourself. So yeah, it's something about saying it and deciding, and it just gives you the power to keep going. But
Right.
I
And
really want to see, I just want to see a lot of us on that trip. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I do. I
Oh,
want to see it.
it's a
I want to
private
be on the
island.
trip too. I want to be on the trip to see a lot of us too.
That's right. So that's why you got to get your team to all agree to do this. This is the part what you could keep. What I showed was basically the power six, but go ahead and get your six in place. Normally I say on the power six, it doesn't matter what package they come in. No, it doesn't. But I'm saying your goal is no matter what rank, if they come in as a core, even if they came in as a $25, your goal is to get them to advance within 2 weeks. If they came in as a core, what you want to do is some of the people that were on their launch calls, you want to help them go and get some of those people to buy at least one sleeve. You know how some people say, can I try a sleeve? Don't just sign them up as a customer for a one-time thing, because everybody that when they talk like that, normally they don't want to you know what I'm saying? They're not interested in being a brand partner or anything. Just sell it to them just to get because you want to help these people get to advance. When they get to advance, you got 4 points per person. That's 24 points. And when you help them go ahead and launch and they become manager, there's 6 of them, that's another 30 points. And then you're going to be director because you have 6 of these people and then they starting to duplicate. Surely 2 of them are going to become manager. That's another 25 points because you hit director. If you maintain your rank of manager, director, or senior director for the next 8 weeks, that's another 8 points. And in the meantime, if your goal is to get 20 customers, that's 20 points. And if you get 2 of those people who already hit manager to get to director, you just because all they got to do is help the 2 of those people they had get to manager. That's all. They got 6. If they help 2 of them be manager, that's going to, and then make them to become directors. Then you got 2 directors. You're now senior director because you've already got the points. On the previous, that's 127 points total. On the previous slide, in addition to the 6 you had, you're generating another 10,800 points because you helped those 6 get 6. Come on. When you first get started, that's what Juanita was just saying. When a person first gets started, it is inevitable if they go and do 3 launch calls and your goal is to maybe try to get at least 10 people, talk to 15 or so, try to get 8 to 10 people on each call, there is no way you're not going to sign up 6. There's no way you can't sign up 6 people. No way. If they have the support of a trained coach, of a seasoned coach, someone that knows what they're doing and how to close people, there's no way they can have that many people on a call and not sign up 6. But you got to help them make that list and get on there. I see Miss Susie. I see Miss Susie trying to get on the call. Who else? Who else would like to share? Who else would like to share? Well, I tell you what, if nobody wants to share, we can definitely end this call. I thought I would have a little bit more engagement tonight, but that's all right. Listen, we enjoy being on this call with y'all, but listen, we have got to be a little bit more intentional about maximizing the package that people get in. I'm telling you, that is, some people are getting premiums and premiums and premiums and premiums, every single, they're almost just 2 and 3 a week. But unfortunately, everybody's not able to do that. So what you want to do is let me see what Jewel says. He says he cannot unmute. Okay. Jewel is trying to unmute. I don't know why he can't unmute. Let me see, because I've made him a co-host. Maybe. Let me make him a co-host. Now let's see if Professor Strother can now unmute himself. And I don't know if anybody else is feeling the same way. There he goes.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm sorry, I thought I made you co-host. Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
I was trying to unmute the whole time.
Oh.
That's okay. That's okay. Well, I absolutely enjoyed the call tonight. Just phenomenal. Excited about the trip, and we definitely plan on being there with the rest of the group as well. And just love that you gave that visual aid, the visual aid to really show the numbers and how simple it is if we just focus on this 6. So I love that as well. So definitely, I second what someone said earlier about having a why. It's really hard to stay engaged in anything. We kind of work like a destination, like a navigation machine for cars. If you don't put a destination in there, there's nowhere to go. So, our why is our destination here. So we got to make sure we set that. And the way to obtain this, we got to stay plugged in. We got to stay plugged into the calls. I encourage everyone that, to get the list of calls that we have scheduled throughout the week, plug in everything you could plug into while you're driving, while you're doing other things you have to do in life. Allow this to be playing in the background in your ear, because you still pick up a lot of things subconsciously. And these are the things that give us fuel. They give us the excitement and energy. Some people, they come around us and they say, man, these people are always excited. They stay on 10. How do you stay like that? This is how we do it. We stay plugged in. We know we have destinations. We got places to go. We have goals to reach. And this is why we do it as a team. But I think people, we definitely need to make sure that, like Verdita Monk said, that we need to show out and show up on this trip. So we need to do everything we can to qualify, ask questions, engage. We got to participate in our own rescue. We got to make sure that we're asking out for help or any assistance in any areas of building that we may have weaknesses in. We can't stay silent. We got to call out. Wealth doesn't come to no one. We got to go get it, y'all. So I wanted to encourage everyone to stay plugged in. There's some exciting things going on. Even if you don't feel the excitement, there's a fire lit up all around you guys. All you got to do is reach up and look out. There's some people on fire here, and you guys got to plug into it and really, go where the smoke is. As they say, that's a sign. Go where the smoke is. So I'm super excited. I just want to throw that in there to have everyone make sure you actually. That's step one. Define why you're here, and it cannot be money. A lot of people say for more money, it can't be money. What do you need the money for? And then when you identify that, then you got to figure out then why is that important to you. And then when you figure out that, you got to figure out, okay, now how would your life change if you obtain that? So we got to dig 4 levels deep in that why, make sure that we all have an active in a big why to make us push. So because we're going to go through some adversity. That's just plain business. We call that life. I've been through a lot of adversity, and I expect to go through adversity. It's kind of like a relationship. You can define a strong relationship really by the size of the problem it takes to get a person down. I heard that a long time ago. A man is defined by the size of the problem it takes to get that man down. Relationships are the same way. So, you know, it's not going to always be yes, 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 I'm in. It's going to be some adversity. People are going to frown at you. People are going to try to hack into your conference calls, right? You know, people going to, when some things are happening, there's going to be some adversity. They say a dog does not bark at a parked car, y'all. So you got to get out here and get moving. With that, I turn it back over to you. Thanks a lot,
Well,
Mrs.
you know
Mark.
something, Jewel, I appreciate all you said. And, you know, one of the things, another thing that came to my mind, we've got to start doing, you got to reach out to your team members, not just always about business. Sometimes just check on them. And I get so excited when I reach out to team members because I find out what's going on in their life. And most of the time, especially recently, they got all kinds of exciting things going on that you didn't even know about if you just call them. And, you know, of course, you know, I just, that's one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be calling people and just see, how's it going? What do you got? What area, you know, your organization's got the most activity going on? Let's emphasize, let's put some energy behind that. And I'm gonna admit this person. So that's, communication is key. I went to this training. I guess it was some type of training for leaders in another company. And I think let me see, what was that man? They called him a linguist. He called him a linguist. And he went around the room and everybody in the room had to be making at least 200,000 a year minimum. And he asked all of us, what do we think is the most significant thing you can do to reach your goals? And it was the same, you know, things you would think, write them down, you know, focus, you know, all those things that you think. But you know what he said? The most significant thing you can do to reach your goals is to communicate. See, if you start talking to people on your team, you're going to hear some things from them that you can help them with. And by helping, they said, everybody always, it's been said, the more you know, the way you reach your goals is about always helping somebody else reach their goals. But you cannot find out what their goal may be, just one goal that week or something. It may be any, I don't know what it could be, but their goals, whatever they're trying to do, if you help them, it's going to automatically help you reach your goals. This is a team of us, you know, all working together. And that's why I like to open up to people to share, because I need to know what's on your mind. But yes, the other thing I was going to say about the trip, see, when we go to the convention, y'all already know, it's not a whole lot of free time for anything else, is there? But when we go on the cruises and on the trips, all we do is play, y'all. We having fun. We laying out on the beach. We eating all kinds of food for free. This particular island is a all-inclusive island. We're going to go to a certain island and everything is going to be free. Of course, this is a cruise, so we definitely would stop in Nassau as well. But this is a private island owned by Royal Caribbean. And I did speak to somebody that's been on that. It's called a perfect day or something. That's what they call it. But it's supposed to be really nice. But we get a chance to interact with each other. The people that you see on this call, now you get a chance to meet these people. It's going to feel like family. So that's the last thing I want to leave you with. Is there anybody else that would like to say anything before we end the call?
Hey,
Hey,
you Jimmy,
Willow.
hey, how
Hey.
you doing? Hey, I'm piggyback on you too. You're right about that. It's communication. You know, I mean, you really got to talk to your teams. And a lot of times we go out there and we sign somebody up and then we forget them. See, when I heard this is an adult game of follow the leader, it means that. So make sure that the reason why the other team members are not doing what they're supposed to do is because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You got me? You got to go out there and show them how to be their leader. You need to show them how to treat their next or the people they sign up. You got to stay in touch with them. Like you said, you got to know what they're thinking, you know? And like you said, another gentleman, they said, go to where the fire is. Absolutely. Go to where the fire. Matter of fact, don't bring the Kindle, bring some gasoline with it. You know?
Wow. Well,
So-
Wendell, before you leave the call, and this is something we don't do necessarily on this call because, you know, this is all about, you know, accelerating our business. But for those people that have never heard your testimony before, because this business is all about changing lives. And so I want people to know that the man you're hearing and looking at right now, this man, probably about a year or so ago, you couldn't understand a word he was saying. But can you tell him what this patch has done for you? What was your journey like? This is important, y'all. Listen to this testimony, Wendell Tomlin, please.
First of all, you're looking at the gentleman who has had 3 major strokes. And a year ago, I couldn't talk to you. A year ago, I was riding around in the scooter. A year ago, I was just off. I was unbalanced. My mind was unbalanced. I couldn't think. I couldn't sign legal documents. I couldn't do none of those things. My quality of life was shot. In other words, I was the guy that if you go to your family reunions or with parties or get-togethers, I'm the guy that was sitting at the front door watching everybody's coat and hats. You got me in pocketbooks, So that wasn't a good quality of life at all. But you know something? Out of 14 years of taking so many medications, nothing, I'm speaking this from my heart too, nothing has done me better than the stem cell patches. I take more than one, but the X39 has really done, it's given me my life back. I'm excited right now. I'm nowhere where I was, because when you're talking about you can't think and your brain is not balanced, that's really a tough place to be in. And I have a heart for people who really can't articulate it because they're off balance. I heard you said one day, Vegeta, that, when you speak to somebody and they say something off to you, and you're like, wait, what's that coming? Yeah. So they need the patch. But what I'm saying nothing to is do not give up. Everybody needs to see it or hear about it, whether they're customer or whether they're influencer. Everybody, they need it. They need it.
And Wendell, another thing I want people to understand about you and your wife, Renee, is that y'all are always busy. Every single day you're out there presenting in front of groups of people and they just appear from somewhere. Was it yesterday or the day before? You just said you were in front of a group of influencers.
Yes.
It's just like opportunities present themselves for them. They are, and he's telling the truth, they are leaders. They are running that Richmond, Virginia area, and they do meetings all the time. And have a large group of people showing up. So here's a person that maybe a year ago you may not have even considered him as one of your, quality leaders, but they are definitely. They'll definitely make us a noise, and they're not where they want to be yet, but they're definitely gonna. Because when I promise you, if you plant your seeds, they're gonna grow. We're so proud of you and Renee. Y'all keep it up, and literally, so many people could be doing as much as you all are doing, but y'all run rings around me. I'm telling y'all run circles around me.
I'm blessed. We all are blessed to have such an opportunity. It's amazing.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, and we're going to see y'all soon. Listen, does anybody else want to say anything before we end the call? We got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, Wendell. Anybody else? Okay, we're going to end the call now. You all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you next week.